Zender Game is one of the most popular creators in Geometry Dash, being well known for his legendary creations, with his most popular level being Ultra Violence. But there's one more of his creations that is extremely well known, the winner of the best story level of 2022, and one of, if not the most beautiful Geometry Dash level ever, released on January 11th, 2022. Being incredibly well respected by the community, and having 250,000 objects. This legendary level is none other than White Space. While there is no definitive answer to when Zender Game started White Space, we can guess that it was around late 2020. The only thing we do know is that the first preview was uploaded on January 16th, 2021. He would release 3 more previews in the span of less than a month, and after that, he would kinda just pop off. And everyone seemed to like it.
Your work never disappoints. Amazing job!
Oh my god. I can't explain how much I love this. Yet again, you've managed to one-up yourself. Bravo, Zender. So excited to see this level released.
Let's fast forward 4 months to June 2021. White Space was almost complete and people were hyping it up to be the best Geometry Dash level they had ever seen. I would have expected there to be at least a little bit of pressure on Zender Game, but it seemed like he was just fine. Now I couldn't find any information from June to August, although it seemed like he had given a few copies to someone, since Viper had uploaded a showcase 5 months before the level eventually came out. But there was some problems with White Space itself. I mentioned earlier in the video that White Space had 250,000 objects, and that meant that a lot of people couldn't play the level once it was uploaded, so Zender Game would begin building a low detail mode for White Space. Zender Game would continuously work on this to make sure that White Space would be accessible for every part of the community. This is probably the longest time it has taken for anyone to create an LDM, surpassing insanely well-known levels like Corn and Ocular Miracle. But although Corn and Ocular Miracle would get their LDM, White Space wasn't as lucky for some reason. So it turned out that December 6, 2021 wasn't really the best day for Zender Game. So Zender decided to remove some art because of... But this made the level entirely unplayable. So Zender Game had to fix all of these bugs. And all of this, including an LDM, made it very hard for Zender Game to continue on White Space. But after a year in production, White Space would finally be finished. This looked absolutely stunning. Many people calling this the best GD level ever to this day. I remember the first preview was uploaded almost 3 years ago, which makes this accomplishment way more impressive. So I've now talked about the creation of White Space, although I haven't talked a single bit about the amazing story hidden inside. So let's get to that now. Story levels are one of the most interesting types of levels in Geometry Dash. We've seen amazing creators like Vismuth, Carmel, and Anubis who've made incredible levels in this style. But all of the stories seem to have the same very simple format. Prohibited Prison is about a cube that escapes jail. Falling Up is about a cube starting on the surface and ending up in the clouds. And El Dorado is about someone finding the golden city of El Dorado. All of these stories pales in comparison to White Space's massive story, with the version on the wiki being over 1800 words. And because of this, I can't cover the entire story in this video, but let's analyze the level itself. You begin with an environment feeling similar to heaven. Calm and connected, yet mysterious and strange. A ball portal leads you into the next part feeling similar to a subway. Now while this art style is here for a long part of the level, I admire it as a great beginning to this awesome level. But let's keep going. The level picks up in speed with some tricky but easy inputs and creates tension before the drop. Now the gameplay is a little bit strange and is probably one of the few downsides with white space, but that's not the focal point. The beginning of the drop remains as the same style as the previous part, but not for long. I have a mixed feelings about this part, and I'll go over my thoughts and opinions about why. While the style is pretty bare bones, there is a reason why. When you're creating a level, you don't want to put a bunch of crazy stuff at the beginning, because that will overwhelm the player when they play it for the first time. Zender Games seems to know this because it does it perfectly in the pre-drop of white space. Now it is pretty hard to overanalyze the drop because it is so chaotic, so I think I can skip to my personal opinions right away. I love the art and I think it's super fun to try to find little references in the level. Plus, both story and art levels are really hard to make work well. And this is just one of many very interesting things about white space. But nothing is perfect, not even white space. To make an amazing level, you need both good gameplay and good decoration. Now while white space is perfect in the decoration, the gameplay isn't as beloved and refreshing as the decoration. But I find it strange that white space doesn't have that good gameplay. If you look at some other Zender game levels or just some of his collab parts, you will see that it has very good and very fun gameplay. But I think I've said everything I wanted to say about white space in this video. It's absolutely amazing, but it could of course be better. Zender Game is currently working on a lot of different projects, and I'm really interested in what he's going to do when 2.2 comes out. But I think that is it for this video. This video was in the works for months, and I hope that you liked it. I'll see you when 2.2 drops, and goodbye. I beat it. I beat white space. Oh my god. This is such an amazing level. I'm so glad to finally beat it.